lifter. I've been across the gamut as far as multiply gear, where I totaled 2,612 pounds for a top 20 all-time total. Then switched over to raw powerlifting, which is unequipped, just a belt and maybe knee wraps. I have a 2237 total, which is good as of right now for 13th greatest total of all time, belt and knee wraps. And then I went a little bit further to belt only and totaled 2,110 pounds, which is a top 10 total all time. I fell in love with powerlifting very early on, and I've been dedicated to passing along strength training to others. In doing so, I developed and wrote a book called The Cube Method. That spawned another book that I authored called 365 Strong. And both of those books are programs and methodologies and theories of mine that I apply to lifting, and I try to pay that forward every single day. Coming on board and becoming a part of the team at Prove It is simple for me, because my number one goal is not financial gain. It's not anything along those lines. It's absolutely helping people. And when I find a product, there are certain products outside of Prove It that I believe in and I would recommend to anyone. And when I find something else that I can add to that arsenal that it has a direct effect, it's benefited me personally. It's benefited every single person that I've given it to try. I have confidence in saying, look, this can make you better, it can make you feel better, and it can heal you. And I think that's the thing, that so many products out there now are just Band-Aids, but this is actually a to-the-core healing effect. And I think that's something that everybody needs. We don't need to just mask things, we need to fix them. I was actually introduced to this a few years back, just reading a couple articles of external ketones, and then, didn't really pay it much mind. And then a friend of mine named Paul Carter, he's developed Lift, Run, Bang. It's another powerlifting methodology, bodybuilding methodology. Suggested that I take a look at this. And again, it was just like a flash in the pan kind of deal, and I didn't really give it much thought. But, Paul is somebody that I respect and somebody that I confide in a lot. And he just kept saying, just think about this, check it out. This person's looking into it, this person's looking into it. And the more that I kept hearing these things, the more interested I became. Again, I've taken every kind of product under the sun. Everything has big promises. Oftentimes there's little yield. So when I took this, I would say that I was excited, but I was skeptical at the same time. I travel all the time. I'm always running on fumes, late nights, early mornings, business meetings, phone calls, emails, and training, which used to be a top-end priority for me, has now just shifted further and further down the totem pole, because I'm a businessman, I'm a father, I have all this stuff going on, so training is still very important to me and I want to do very well. But for about 6 months, I've noticed that I've just been suffering, like just getting through the workouts. So after the first initial dose, I came in here and I worked out, and it was like I had one of the best workouts I could remember. And it wasn't that I did anything super spectacular, it was just everything felt really good. And I was like, man, I was really focused. I kind of blocked everything out. I stayed on point of what I was doing. The weights felt better, my body felt better, and having aches and pains, they were kind of diminished. So I thought, maybe this is just a placebo effect. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. But then again, for the next few doses, the same kind of result happened. Started taking a half a dose in the morning and half a dose pre-workout, and I noticed that my entire day, every single thing that I did throughout the day, not only seemed easier, but maybe more enjoyable is a better word. I just felt better. I mean, that's the easiest and most direct way to say it, is I just felt better. I think the best way to start out with it is a quarter of a dose in the morning, and then work out a quarter of a dose later in the day, or pre-workout. I myself, and I'm at a half a dose in the morning and a half a dose pre-workout, I'm feeling full effect, full benefit from that. And if that diminishes at all, I can always go more, a little bit at a time. But I think a good starting point is a quarter of a dose for anybody, and just start there. Don't expect the world to change immediately, but you will feel significantly better. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say, and it's happened for me. And I'm a person who has literally tried every kind of product to better myself as a lifter, better myself as an athlete and as a person, and this is number one for me. My name is Brandon Lilly. I'm a professional powerlifter and strength consultant here at the University of Kentucky, and here we prove it every day.